Hi guys, Jason here, Jason's Creative Adventures, and I'm going to take you around and do a little bit better video than the last one I just posted, because I called it the August garden tour, and I didn't really talk about everything in the garden. So I'm actually going to take you around for a quick couple of minutes and show you what's actually going on in the garden and give you a closer look. I'm going to do like a first person, take the camera in my hand and show you and talk to you about everything just a little bit better and show you exactly what's going on. And then the rest of this video is basically going to be me going down into the playroom, and I got to start sorting and thinning out the toys down the playroom because there's so much toys just randomly in boxes and bins and on shelves and strewn around. They got to be thinned out. The girls don't even really play with about half the stuff in there, so it's time to go through it and decide which ones need to be given away, thrown out, which ones we're actually going to keep, and if there's any that need to be donated or anything like that. We just got to go through it and decide what to do with it all. So that'll be the second part of the video. This first part of the video would be me doing a little bit better in depth talking about the garden and what I plan on doing for the fall garden. And I kind of talked about some of that last video, but I didn't do that great of a job actually showing you guys in detail what things look. I didn't show you on camera really well what things really look like. So I'm going to try to talk about things a little bit more in depth and show you guys a lot closer up look by having the camera in my hand. So we're going to do that. What's the best angle here with the least amount of glare? Okay, here's the stick bed, which is going to need a lot of TLC. If you notice here, dirt is settling down. I think critters have been digging in here and making a home, like chipmunks and other such critters. It's a neat little bed. I need to make it look a little better. Maybe cut these sticks down, or use that, at least put a trellis across it so it looks like it has a purpose. But need to cut these. I think I'll probably cut these down to make it look a little better, and then top this up off with some soil. It's kind of settled down, it's kind of sloped in here, and it just needs a little bit of TLC. And I think maybe I might try growing something else in this, give it one last chance. Otherwise I might take all the sticks and then take the soil and use it in one of the other beds. Over here, see all these weeds growing up. I haven't done a very good job of weeding. Pop-Pop's been mowing out here, but he doesn't do any weed whacking. He just runs the mower. So nothing has been growing in here. We stopped watering in both these flower beds here, and they can't get any water because if you look here, eaves over top of all that, and unless we water it, it's not getting any water. So that's part of the reason why the flowers died, especially in that one. They're doing okay till we stopped watering, or I stopped watering. This one hasn't done very well anyway. There's just not a lot of, it's under a lot of shade, without a lot of sunlight, without a lot of water. This one's looks like barely, I think it finally died, or it may have just gone dormant, but definitely this stuff has died. So there's that. Grab my coffee cup, tripod. Another note, this front deck, I've needed to restain this and do some TLC. There's probably a lot of boards that could be replaced, but it's holding up. Just needs to be restained, swept off, cleaned off, and restained. I've got a 5-gallon of stain that may or may not still be any good because it's been in the garage through the winter and the summer, and don't know if it's still any good. Alright, if you see here, this flower bed has been doing okay. There's some weeds growing up in there. Some of the flowers are still doing okay. The beans and stuff that I put in here looks like they might have gotten chomped off or whatever, but the soil has settled in the corners. There's been some critters digging holes in here, probably making a home underneath to put some more soil on top. Here is my collards and dino kale back there. They are doing quite well, other than being holy because they're getting eaten up. This has basically been the sacrificial bed right here. Both of these. You see the holes right there. The critters have been digging, either mice or whatever, been digging holes. This bed, everything just kind of died out. This, I don't remember what I planted there. Let's see. Tags don't do me any good because everything washed off. And some mushrooms. But I need to top off some soil in this one. Yesterday I went and picked up this pitchfork so I could work on the compost and turn it over a little bit. I need to do a little more. Need to get the wheelbarrow over here so I can take some of it out so I can turn it better. So that's my compost bin. This panel comes out, just lifts up. In my last video I hadn't cleared this out yet, but I cleared out these two garden beds. I need to top them off with soil, and then cleaning them up and top them off a little bit more. There's some tags still in there, like back there, some tags that I need to take out. My trellis came undone from this side. I gotta tack it back up. Over here there's just bushes that grew up. There's some milkweed in there that I want to get the seeds from and spread those around to help the butterflies. These 3 pots, there's these little tiny tomatoes which are drying up, especially this one. It's not growing anymore. I'm going to tear these out and put them in the compost. This is nothing but a bed of weeds. I think I see a couple ripe tomatoes over here though. And I do see 2 of them. So that's cool. I'll take those out later. Go back here where it was. The yellow pear tomatoes. These aren't touching the ground, but they are. I need to get out here and pick some of these yellow tomatoes. Whoops. And they pop off real easy on this plant. I need to get my stuff out here. That might work. Need to pull some of this stuff, pull out the weeds. Everything's drooping. But down here, I've got all these bell peppers, and they're not getting very big for some reason. You see this? They're just not getting very big. These are staying tiny, and some of them might have gotten almost big enough to be almost in my palm, but not doing so good. More bell peppers over here, and these yellow pear tomatoes are just kind of taking over. But you see how ripe these look, but they're not very big. That's about the average size I've gotten right there. It looks like maybe I am getting some tomatoes off of this one. I need to come out here and weed all this. Look over here. I don't know if my asparagus got choked out by all these weeds. Let's not skip around though. Got more yellow pear tomatoes through here. Here's a couple of tomatoes, which I can come pick here in a little bit. My red Russian kale, my curly kale, it's like scarlet kale. I think this is, well, this is all red Russian kale. This is a different type of kale. This is like a curly kale or something. You see these weeds growing in here. Like I got a yellow bell pepper right here and here, one right here. All these little sets of chocolate cherry. Oh, there's one. And there's one behind the trellis that I'm not going to be able to get to. It's probably going to fall on the ground. Here's a couple. You can have these as a snack. Whoops. These are the chocolate cherry. I don't spray anything, so I know these are safe to eat. Nope, not as ripe as I thought. Look at all this bull thistle. When I was kind of trying to stay on top of it, I kept it down a little bit. Look at it, it is just almost all bull thistle through here. And right through here is where the asparagus was planted. So hopefully some of that survived, but it might have got choked out. Let's see. This lamb's quarter, a couple feet taller than me. Tomato that looks like it dropped off. Purple bell pepper, which just popped off. It was rotted. Thing is still staying alive even though it got buried in water. Still got some green tomatoes. Looks like some ground cherries might have gotten seeded over here. Let's go over here. This pot filled with water right here, this brown one, was my chocolate mint. And here's more red Russian kale, aloe, which seemed like they were doing okay, but not as good as they could be. And that's supposed to be my ground cherries. Well, I got these little tiny little things. And the season's about over. These aren't going to get any bigger. Mostly these tiny little peas, not even size of peas, most of them. Really tiny. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bell peppers, which green bell pepper, but this one's starting to turn red. Nothing in these pots. They got knocked over by the kids or something. Bunch of mud. Still nothing. The ground cherries made all this. This is the furthest that they've developed. They're supposed to get bigger. They're supposed to get about the size of a small cherry tomato and have a husk on them like a tomatillo. But I don't see any signs of anything getting that big. They're all really, really tiny. Which I don't know why they didn't get any bigger. Weeds. Purple basil is mostly green. That aloe plant is actually doing fairly good. It could do better. Over here, bunching onions. And I'm not sure if this is part of the bunching onions, like gone to seed, or if that's a weed that just popped up in there. Yeah, red sorrel. Yeah, just a bunch of weeds. And over here, under lots of water, There was something in there. I'll dump that later. Probably poison ivy or poison oak. Flowering kale hanging on. Not very purple though. Normally they're really purple, but nope, it's mostly green. A lot of Elena's flowers have done pretty good. Looks like my elephant ears took off and started growing in this pot and have done somewhat well. But a lot of Elena's flowers are kind of hanging on, especially over here. Some of them don't have flowers on them, but they still got nice lush green leaves on them. Gonna trim this tree down a little bit, not much though. Just gotta play cleanup. This fence didn't stay on. I did this to try to keep the bunnies and the squirrels and stuff out of here if possible. And it looks like, I'm not sure if that is the blackberries or not, but there's a lot of these are flowers that have gone to seed. It might be interesting just to kind of let them do their thing until they brown out and then cut them down. But you see this part came off of this side and rolled over. This thing says it's 80 degrees out. It don't feel like 80 degrees. Feels nice out. A little bit of a breeze out here. All right. So I don't know why the hose is in here. I gotta get my air compressor back in the garage, my generator back in the garage, my wood chipper back in the garage, and gotta start cleaning this up because I'm gonna be able to start using it here soon. Probably take all that dried up stuff out of there and compost it and restart some leafy greens in those. I still got some peat moss and half a thing of topsoil here, and I got about probably 12 bags of that same topsoil in the back of my trailer that I can use to top off my garden beds with. I went and got some solar powered string lights to put around the garden, and when did this fall? Here's my favorite machete. I got 2 of these baskets, Fiskars baskets, with 2 of these Hori Horis. And let me show you these. If I can find a good place to set it, because I kind of abandoned my alright. So has this little thing you can clip on your belt. Little plastic case. This is called a Hori Hori. I got 2 of them. I got 2 of them Fiskars baskets and 2 of these Hori Horis. And slips in there. It's got a saw edge right there. It's got this little fork thing to help you grab and pull stuff. Then it's got a straight blade on this end. I don't know how well that come across, but there's a ruler on there. And that is, it's designed to have like a gazillion different ways you can use it while in the garden. For digging, like a shovel, it's got a little bit of a curve in there. Got a saw if you need to saw, a thing to grab weeds and stuff, and there's all kinds of ways that you can use that. I'll go ahead and put this on my belt. I got another one of these baskets. I think it's on the back deck, and I think my other Hori-Hori's in the house somewhere. Here's my weed whacker. I got to get the weed whacker going, and all this I got to really clean up, especially the backyard. Got to figure out what to do with this 2 pools and clean up, because it is just looking like trash back here. The girls have not kept the top on their sandbox, so it's filled up with water. So that's nice. Got to do a lot of cleanup. Get a pair of Elena's gloves. Go hang them on one of them shelves in the greenhouse so they can dry out. Actually, that might be Diamond's gloves. Look too big for Elena. So, let those dry out. Gotta get in here and get things back in shape. And eventually I gotta close those vents because it's gonna start getting chilly. And in the daytime it's gonna be, in the afternoon it's gonna be hot. Let's see if I can get this. In here right now it's pretty hot because it's almost 110. So a lot of little cleanup to do. Who knows what's growing in these pots right now. Gonna have to take it and compost it. Kids got stuff all over. Gotta get them out here to clean up their stuff. My 2 grape plants, I gotta build a trellis for. Lots of weeds I need to get under control. Poison ivy. And all sorts of poison ivy and random weeds growing up around this wood pile right here. Rose bush with different kinds of weeds growing up through the middle of it. Look at all these weeds growing up. I gotta get out here and take care of my roll of fencing and a homemade tomato cage that I got given to me. Finally got plates and tags on my trailer after having this trailer for at least a year, if not a year and a half, 2 years. See, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, there might be close to 15, 14 or 15 bags of topsoil in here. I gotta figure out, I gotta throw out this other junk. So, alright, that is pretty much what's going on in the yard. Other than I gotta get the weed killer, get the sprayer out for the weed killer. If you look at how overgrown the weeds are coming up in the cracks of the sidewalk and driveway, that I gotta take care of. Okay. You gotta dig some of that out, put it in the wheelbarrow, mix it up, and put it back in, turn it all and mix it. Okay, I should go get my clippers and cut all that long stuff up so it composts down better, which I think I will. Alright guys, it's nice to have something like this, little clippers. These are Fiskars. And I just got this from Walmart. Same place I got that Hori Hori, which is actually right on me. But this is best for most jobs. You know, the hack, especially when wood chipping and stuff, awesome. I highly suggest you get a machete for when you're doing outdoor work. I use it for everything. Right now I'm going to do it this way. Okay, so the more you can cut this stuff down into smaller chunks, the more you can break it up, the smaller you can get your stuff in your compost bin, the better it's going to compost, the quicker it's going to compost and break down. Okay, so I'm going to do more of this and get it broke down. I'm going to add to it my weed garden, pull old plants. I'm going to pull old plants that I don't think are doing very well. So I'm going to continue working on this. I'm going to cut things down more, get it all into smaller chunks, and then I'm going to turn around and pull things from the garden beds that I think have stopped really doing much, pull them out, top off as many of the beds as I can with the bags of soil that I have, and get ready to mulch over top, and then I'll be able to start planting my fall garden here soon. But a lot of this stuff just has stopped doing real well. I might keep those yellow pear tomatoes because they're still doing okay. A couple of these other tomatoes were just starting to produce more rotten tomatoes than anything. I was getting like one or two, and just gonna get on to the next season in fall. It is September 1st today, and I'm gonna get all the garden beds ready, get the greenhouse ready, and we're gonna get ready for a fall garden. I gotta figure out an extension cord that'll reach from somewhere all the way out to the greenhouse, and then have a heater out there for when it starts to get really chilly out, especially at night. And that should keep things in the greenhouse doing good over winter. As long as you keep things at least in the 30s, a lot of the leafy greens will do real good, and brassicas will probably do real good. And we'll just have to see how well things do. So let's get on to that. Well, it's coming along. Did a little more on this. Took and cut a lot of that down. I still got a lot more to do over in here. I got some vine here. I don't know what kind of vine this is. You guys know what kind of vine this is. This is running all through my garden this year, trying to snake up here. The porch, it's over here, and it's been creating these seed pods that look like this. So if anybody knows what that is, let me know. But I've got most of the weeds taken out. I'm going to be topping this off with topsoil anyway. I think I'm going to leave these yellow pear and bell peppers in here for a couple more weeks and see what happens. I'm going to clear these out. Any of these that are looking too ratty, this one's definitely getting dumped. And I'm going to use that soil somewhere else. See, there's more of that vine in here. I'm trying to decide which one of these pots I'm ready just to do away with. That green one right there, that square one, definitely is just a swamp. Probably get rid of it. Discovered one of these pots had an aloe vera that was doing fine. Just had to tip it up. So I'm probably going to leave most of this the same. If you look at the wheelbarrow, all that is wild grass and bull thistle that I pulled from over there. If you see, that looks a little cleared out. Some of this is cleared out, and I'm working on all this, just getting in a groove and pulling stuff out. See, got this grass, get down and pull. Problem is, my asparagus is getting dug out or pulled out a little bit. So oops. I thought when I put these in here, all of them, that I buried them deeper. But I keep finding them up really like this. I swear I buried them deeper than that. don't know. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, I still got asparagus in here. I just gotta try not to pull them out of the ground when I'm weeding. All this grass, tons of bull thistle. It's a chore. I'm getting her done. It's looking a lot better. It's gonna take a few days. It's probably not gonna happen in one day. Sometimes you just don't want to go out in the garden because you know it's going to be a lot of work, but once you force yourself to get out there and start getting in a groove, you just start trucking along. Before you know it, you've got a lot done in a shorter period of time. Sometimes I got a lot more done than I thought I would. So I'm going to have to go in and get some lunch and go work on another project. So anyway, I'll keep you guys posted. I'm gonna go in the playroom and after lunch and work on that down there, and then I'll come back out here later, maybe tomorrow, and work on this some more. So all in the hard day's work. Oh, let Gabby out. Let Gabby get out. Let Gabby get out. Elena, you're goofy.
I just want to videotape you.
If you want. It's recording. Hi guys.
Tell her who's the camera woman here.
Simon's behind the camera, so if it's a little fake.
Hi. Hello. There she is. Okay, smell it. Wow. Is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Oh yeah. Wow, it's you. Wow.
Hi.
Hi.
What you doing?
You gonna go swing?
What are you growing here?
That is
You're talking to...
that is collard greens and dino kale getting eaten up by some sort of green worm. And Elena's flowers in that first bed, and this bed is almost completely died off.
That's Gabby. You want to go get her?
What will you do? Hey, this yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go get some bags of soil. I'm gonna top off these beds. Well, I need to get my staple gun. Need to go get my staple gun and staple these.
I went in to get Daddy. Get Daddy. He's right here. For whatever reason.
So when I was yanking on my trellis to get the previous growth off, it pulled right off. That's because all I've been using is industrial staples. I gotta get something better like screws or something, but for now we're gonna stick with this.
Ready? I'm gonna lie. I don't know where I put it. Come on. Come on. Come on. I need to go on the cart. And I want to show you how I ride. Hey. Come on. Lena, stop landing. I want to show him how to do it. I want to show him how to do it.
Do what?
My car. One day. So
I create my own channel. You guys want to subscribe to my channel? Go
Here,
ahead.
just tell him. I'm telling you. Just talk.
I'm subscribing my own channel. So you guys want to subscribe me? I need more subscribers than I have now.
guys.
Okay, what's the name of your channel?
I gotta look at it. I'm on my phone right now. My phone's
Okay.
on charge.
Dad.
And I'm waiting. I can go get it and tell you.
Dad. Dad.
What?
I want to show Mom doing today.
What are you doing today?
Going to go in my car. I want to show him how I ride it. Come on.
Okay.
Tell him, hey, I tell him better.
Okay. Gabby.
Whoa. Yeah.
All kinds of sticks and stuff in the yard. Okay, Elena, how do you ride your car? That's not our yard.
I got it. Hey,
Okay.
I got it, but it's not. I don't have no daddy yet. I'll show you guys, but I don't have no dad right now.
That's because she used it all up in one day.
Yes. I need more subscribers. Oh
What do
well.
you got to say, Elena?
Yes, I get my dad at the end of the month.
Gabbers. What you doing, Gabby?
Guys. I'm in the car for a couple minutes. It's Cinderella.
Gabby, want to get in?
Stop playing with a pencil, eh?
She's just helping her get in.
I don't think she wants to.
She's indecisive.
Huh?
What? Oh,
Okay, let's go back to the trellis.
what about the kid and her man on himself?
Come on, girls. Elena, you gonna come swing?
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
I cannot cover my table because last time I did it earlier, it just I broke on it. I did not want to do it. So I just did it in my car. That's all I did.
Okay.
So I'm going to go back and color.
All right. So
Your mom's trying to sleep.
yep. I'm gonna use my staple gun to get this trellis back up. Come lift this middle part up. Actually, no, let's start on your hand.
Hi. Hi.
Try to stand on the board. Simon, why didn't you go down there? I came down here so we can work together.
Yeah.
Pick that up. I need you to hold it up. Okay, go ahead and step in here. It's kind of unavoidable. Alright, now, I gotta put this end right here. Okay, lift it up a little more. Keep lifting up. Lift it all the way up. Okay, I'll bring it down a little bit.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Guys, I need to go for my coloring thing. My princess coloring thing. And my car, so I will lose it.
Okay.
Be right back.
Keep holding that. Keep holding. No, I haven't had that yet. I may have to take some things
Guys!
What?
Elena,
I don't know how to work that thing. I gotta run out.
did you open that gate?
Yeah, so I can get out there.
We had that closed for a reason, Elena.
Yeah, we'll get out.
Yes. Go get Gabby and bring her back in here.
And could you lock the code? Because I don't know how to do it.
I gotta get more staples.
Simon, stop. Close it. Come on, Gabby. Oh, Gabby, come with me.
I
Gabby,
got plenty of
you
staples.
start coming with me one day.
Alright.
Hey! You start playing with me one day, Gabby.
You okay holding this up?
Hey.
Okay.
How many subscribers do you?
64 or 65. Still isn't that much. Yep. Oh. That was one of the cucumbers that didn't green up. Alright. So we got this trellis back up, sort of.
Out of who help?
Miss Diamond helped. Yep. Look at all these other yellow tomatoes we got that are ready.
You can eat the tomato. You can eat the yellow. I mean red.
The yellows are good.
No, they're not. No, yeah.
Yellow pear tomatoes.
No, yeah.
About ready to rip this out, but still producing.
Are you even done yet?
Not really. This is as big as they've been getting.
Hi. Whoa! Scared me.
Now I gotta go get bags of soil, and I'm gonna top off these 2 beds.
Hey, we should plant corn.
It's too late to plant corn. Beans, leafy greens, carrots.
Rain bean.
Okay. Now, can I get you to actually plant those next to the trellis instead of up front, so we can actually trellis them on the trellis?
Where will I put that?
In the back on that fence stuff that we just tacked back up. You need to put we're gonna put seeds in every like this far apart.
So you want over here?
See how big your feet are?
My thing ain't
Maybe a little
my
bit.
big, my foot ain't big. My foot ain't that big.
Gonna go at least that roughly about that far apart. All the way down with beans and anything that's gonna vine up.
Hey peeps, my foot ain't that big. My foot ain't that big.
No, it's big enough. All right, Elena. it?
I'm gonna do all of it.
Okay, can Daddy use his thing? His rake?
No, I need to do this side.
Alright. Spread it out evenly. Okay? Why don't you go get your hose? Go faster. Your long handled thing. One of them up there. Yeah, use that.
I want to go first.
Okay, go for it. Can Daddy help?
Yeah.
I'll do this side. Okay? Whoops. Sorry. Just enough. Push it towards you, okay? And you bring it over in the corners, okay? You do that? I think this is the first time these beds have been filled all the way to the top with soil. Okay, push it in the corner. Okay? Go pick up the pajamas. I'm always trying to encourage the girls to get part of the gardening. Diamond is inside probably dealing with Gabby, so there you go. Here. What do you want to say to YouTube?
Bye.
Bye. Okay. We'll do more tomorrow. We're going to put stuff up and go get ready. Get these girls in bed for school, especially her. She's got school tomorrow. Let's wave together. Say, bye YouTube. Thanks for watching.
Bye YouTube. Thanks for watching. See you again tomorrow.
Yep, see you next video. Bye.
Video. Bye.
False ending because I wanted to show you guys what this looked like. Alright. These beds are all pretty much topped off. And like I said in the previous scene, I think this is the first time since I built these beds that they've ever been filled with soil all the way to the top. So that's pretty good. Alright, bye y'all. Thanks for watching. Catch you next video.